didn't pick up every little noise. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Descent into Avernus. Hi everybody. And let's get... Hi. let's do some introductions.
Right back, I forgot something.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do
I
introductions.
Can still talk.
We'll come back to Coyra in a second, but we'll we'll do introductions and then we'll do a quick recap of what happened last time. Starting in the top right there, we've got Kashcah.
Hi, yes, I'm Kashcah. I'm DM for this campaign, and this is the only campaign I'm DM for.
At the moment. And then if you go straight down and to the left of her, we've got Nightcaste.
Hello, I'm Nightcaste. I play Malvola. He's a Dragonborn warlock.
All right. And then next to Malvola, we have Shy.
Hi, I'm Shy. I'm playing as Coyra, a half-elf druid, and I almost forgot Stacky today.
Can't do that.
No.
And then next to Shy, we've got I keep looking at the names and seeing Grimm, but it's NobiGit.
As he said, I'm Nobi, and I'm playing I guess you could say he's a grumpy malcontent Grimm, a shifter monk with a little bit of priest in there.
All right. And then next to him, we've got Ghostwoods.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm playing Thorn, a Elven Gloomstalker Ranger.
And myself, I am Vallen. I will be playing as Palkas, a half-orc wild magic sorcerer. And let's do the quest log. Last episode, episode 26, called Fort Knucklebone. We hiked to Fort Knucklebone in Avernus, the first level of hell. But the travel on the sands was taxing mentally and physically, and the party suffered as a result, though we made it to the fort. The gates were manned by a group of gnome-sized beings called redcaps that seemed quite mad. We proceeded in past them and found Kashcah and Clunk, the Kenku we were looking for, hard at work trying to repair a war machine. The leader of the establishment arrived shortly after we introduced ourselves. A hag by the name of Mad Maggie and her flesh golem Mickey. They seemed a little off-putting, but none of them seemed particularly interested in violence. A discussion ensued that resulted in Maggie offering transport, information, and rest in exchange for a ritual to see into the memories of Lulu and what happened with Zerial. Lulu agreed to the ritual. As we proceeded to get some rest, alleviating most of our exhaustion, Malvola attempted and succeeded to help the Kenku with their repairs, expelling a demon from a possessed demon spike gear, as well as pulling the bone Thorn from Mickey's leg, allowing the golem to walk freely and without loud groans. Meanwhile, Thorn suffered from some serious heartburn from stew the redcaps fed him. He was also visited by a flaming skull named Barnabas, who seemed to be looking for his lost tooth knocked out by the redcaps. Coyra ultimately convinced the redcaps to leave us alone when she summoned a giant elk to protect us while we rested. Come the end of the rest time, Maggie had finished her ritual preparations and was ready. We gathered in a circle around Lulu and started to dream of rainbows. Kashcah?
Yeah, okay. So let's set the scene again. Maggie has prepared this area. As you entered it, there was a circle drawn on the ground and had some infernal or fiendish inscription around it. Not infernal. It had fiendish inscription around it. And there was a cushioned area in the center of the circle that Maggie had set up for Lulu. Lulu hesitantly took her place on the comfy cushions, and Maggie asked you all to enter the circle. So we left off. Everybody had entered the circle, and Maggie had asked you to close your eyes. And the last thing that you saw when you were closing your eyes was Maggie looking greedily at Lulu, licking her lips, like Lulu was a delicious morsel that she could nibble on. And you closed your eyes and shortly after became kind of telepathically linked, like the whole group was. So yourself, all the characters, Maggie and Lulu, are all kind of telepathically bonded. And you're in the kind of darkness, with your eyes closed. You sense, like, through your eyes, you sense this bright flash of light through your eyelids, and then just complete darkness, and then a tingling sensation swept over your body, as within your minds these vibrant rainbows appeared, and you appear to be seeing a memory or a dream of Lulu's unfold. So as the kind of surroundings, as your surroundings within this landscape clear, you see each other, and you see Lulu actually, but you do not see Maggie. Maggie is not there. So what you see is I will read the text. It says, as the rich radiant light of 100 dancing rainbows slowly dissolves, warm sunlight fills the area. So it's really nice to feel the sun on your skin again. Feels like it's been too long already. Within that space, Lulu flies lazily in a lush meadow at the shoulder of a beautiful blindfolded angel. As the pair strolls through the tall grass, the voice of the hag fills your mind. Push through this vision. It only represents what Lulu wishes was true. We need to see more. So yeah, this lush kind of landscape is apparently not exactly true. It's the hag is saying that it's Lulu's representation of what she wishes was true. So so she's asking you to kind of push through to the reality of Lulu's memory as opposed to this constructed one. So should you wish to do so, I mean, you can just hang out here all day, or if you wish to kind of push through to the reality of the memory, please make an intelligence saving throw. Everything's going so
Palkas
well.
likes it.
Although my roll is actually quite bad too, if you know that I have a +4.
I have a plus nothing.
Can we switch? See, I'm good at
Initiative.
pretending I'm intelligent, but actually...
That's old.
Was Thorn wanting to...
I clicked it, it just hasn't come up yet.
Oh, there we go.
okay.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
there we go.
Okay.
Just the first one.
Apparently Thorn likes it here too.
Yeah, well.
We're of the same
Actually-
mind. It's as if we're telepathically
That
bonded.
leads me to a question, Kashcah.
Of course.
Thorn sees everything around him, experiences everything around him as hideous and degraded and just vile in every way his mind can conjure. How about this? Is this
This is a
also
saccharine
getting filled with
candy-coated nightmare.
madness? Or is this like how it used to be? What do you reckon?
I think it would, because it's Lulu, right? And Lulu is like, you're seeing Lulu's vision, you know? So I think that actually you would not see like the Thorn version. I think you would see the Lulu version.
That explains the role.
That explains,
That does
yeah.
explain the role, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And Palkas, I think if you look at Palkas, he's just got this look. Well, if you could, right? You've got your eyes closed, but he's probably got this look on his face, like he's like concentrating really hard.
He's too busy worried about the hag hurting Lulu.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so sadly, Thorn, the vision of this delightful meadow does fade, and it kind of fades to black as you the rest of your group kind of drags you away from this lush meadow and forces everybody through to kind of another visual, if you will.
There'll be stabbings tonight.
Just keep in mind, Coyra was hesitant. She actually wanted to leave, but seeing others, she's like, I have to join.
So the sunny meadow kind of starts to fade to black, and you see actually as it's fading, you see flames start licking up the trees, and the grass catches fire, and it all becomes kind of flame as it fades to black. And as the image of Lulu kind of lazily kind of fluttering along beside this angel, the two of them, their bodies fall to the ground, and they become, instead of like this beautiful blindfolded angel, and Lulu, in pristine, carefree condition, they are in fact lying unconscious on the ground, and you find yourselves in a flame-encircled battlefield on a barren hellscape. And you see these Lulu and the angel fall to the ground in the center of this circle. They look like they're horribly injured now. And up from the ground, as if it were Ray Harryhausen himself who had animated this for us, rising from the dust of the hellscape come these spined devils. The dust kind of just accumulates up into their presence. So you see before you, surrounding Lulu and the angel, a group of 10 spine devils. And actually I'm going to move it over. I've got a map ready. Ooh. So we're going to go...
Because naturally it's not just a dream.
Over there.
Or memory.
And you hear Maggie's voice in your mind. The devils! You must defeat those devils, she says.
Is it supposed to just be... Oh no, I'm seeing people populate one pop at a time.
Oh boy, okay.
Roll 20's doing a struggle for me.
For me, it worked fine with this map, I think.
Okay.
Oh
boy.
It looks
might
like
be here a while.
It's my turn to experience the slow-mo.
Maybe refresh? Or...
Refreshing won't help. Last time I had it, it's just patiently waiting.
Oh dear. Does everybody else see it? Or
I see some tokens. I see a white circle with orange and yellow like flames, but it's blurry.
Yeah. It should be a bit blurry.
I'm slowly getting tokens loading. I've got 3.
This is what I see.
Ooh. That's much better.
That's what I'm seeing, so.
Okay. Alright.
Imagine a giant fireball spell, folks.
Well, it's kind of...
Imagine Palkas wild search. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Don't have to imagine. We already experienced it.
I almost died because of it.
And actually, while we're waiting for Palkas'... Oh, look at that. I think we've got some leftover. Let me remove these. Clear that. While we're waiting for that, let's roll some initiative.
Oh dear. I can't find my token to click on it.
Yes, I'm not first.
I think I'm somewhere over here.
Yeah, so...
Can you see my arrow?
Yep.
That's where you are.
You're on the right side in the middle.
Right here.
I believe you. There's something obscuring your arrow too, but I can't click on it to roll my
Oh.
initiative.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay,
Oh
let
dear.
me.
Can
Oh,
I?
there's my token. My token has finally appeared.
Okay.
I
Can I
can
do it?
click to reroll.
Maybe I can do that for you.
But it might be easier to edit if I've sent something to the turn order.
You've sent something, yeah.
Oh, I've got a circle. I can't quite click on it yet, but I can see a circle.
Can you roll your initiative?
I will click initiative and see what happens.
Okay.
Kashcah, your roll was bad.
You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected. I think I just have to wait for my token to finish loading.
Okay.
But I rolled a 3. If that makes a difference.
I mean, it really doesn't, because you're at the bottom of the turn order either way. No offense.
I mean, when even the Spine Devils roll better than you, that's...
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, they also rolled better than half of us.
It's true.
But at least the tides of chaos are no longer hanging over our head.
Yet.
Tides of chaos are a good thing.
Unless they backfire.
It's
Not when
the
they cause
wild
an
magic
automatic
surge
surge.
that you worry about.
I wish I could take your slow loading over.
I see that I've got a 6 in the turn order.
No, you have a 3.
Okay.
I mean,
Oy,
6-3
oy, oy.
doesn't really matter.
It's catching up.
Well, what would you guys like to do while Vallen's screen is slowly getting there?
Doing a load.
I seriously don't understand why it's...
I mean, we can banter politely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Who are you and what have you done with Thorn?
But that's Tim saying that, not Thorn.
Oh, okay.
We can also sing shanties.
How are our resources in this state? Hit points and daily abilities and equipment and stuff.
We got
And exhaustion
rest
levels.
and then went into the dream sequence.
Well, most of us got rest.
Are we materialized?
Yeah, sure, most of us got rest, but like if we use our abilities in here, are we going to be using them for the whole day?
That is a good one. I think there should be a question towards the hag if she can hear us.
Yeah. So okay, I'll call out, hey Maggie, if I blow my spells on this, are they gone for the day?
There is no response.
You what?
Well, okay then, stuff it, I guess. Just stick to arrows.
So it looks like they materialize. A bunch of spine devils materialized around the Angel and Lulu, Zariel and Lulu, and they look like they're in a threatening manner over them. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then.
Well, they actually. Oh, let me hang on 1 second. Let me read this again because they actually they are facing outwards.
Oh.
So they are facing towards you. They have their backs to Lulu and the Angel.
Okay. Well, I'll open fire on the one closest to me.
Okay.
3 attacks thanks to Dread Ambush. If the third one hits, that's the one with the extra gibbon.
I do want to.
And by gibbon, I mean damage.
Okay.
Hang on 1 sec. Oh, wow! Roll 20. Does everybody play on a Saturday or something?
I guess so.
I don't know.
That's what I've been thinking too.
Keep in mind, there's a lot more people with a lot more freedom.
Yep,
That's
Yeah.
true.
that's exactly why I think everybody's basically playing now.
It's taken me about 5 seconds to open my character sheet or execute a click or whatever.
Let's see how our handout's loading for me. Okay, not at all.
Oh wow, those are some
Wow.
good. Wow.
What the heck?
Can that be right?
No kidding.
Well, I guess it can be right. The fourth one's a mistake. Okay, great.
That's the
3
way to make a
criticals, I guess.
mistake.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
they know
that,
we're here.
that dude is dead. So
It's one of those.
So I
don't
guess I'll
bother
just
rolling
switch to the-
damage.
I'll just switch to the next one if one of them dies.
so yeah, do you want to roll through the damage and I can tell you when he
Yeah.
hits the floor?
Bodies.
Okay, he hits the floor after the second arrow.
I'm not sure why the third one didn't. Maybe I clicked the wrong button. So let's ignore that 11, even though it's a nice roll. And that also had the Dread Ambusher bonus, which should probably be doubled.
So
So
are you,
28, I guess, on the second one.
so you're just kind of moving over to the next guy.
Yeah, I'm thinking the next one up in that one will do fine. Yes, it's fine. And I really don't mind either way.
Okay.
Wow.
So that guy, so the first guy drops, right there, and so does the second guy.
Okay.
Wow. Elf power woo. That's definitely me.
Okay. Then it is their turn. So they are going to kind of rush you guys a little bit. So let's see. Palkas, I know you can't see. I'm sorry. You've got a spine devil in your face.
Okay. Saves me the trouble of going to it.
I'm just trying to decide, like, okay, let's just do this. Malvola, you've got a couple in your face. Oh. Grimm.
So Thorn is not 1 in a million, but he's 1 in 8,000, eh?
Alright, and they do, we're going to start, Palkas, I'll start with the one, you have one in your face attacking you.
Okay.
And he's going to come at you with a bite, and he has, you know, his lovely little pitchfork, so he's gonna bite you and then he's gonna try and stab you with his fork. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so the bite. He rolled a 15 to hit you.
That would hit.
Okay.
Not much I can do about that one.
So he does 7 slashing damage with the bite.
Okay.
Okay. With the fork. May the fork be with you. He rolled a 20 to hit.
That would hit too.
And does 6
Just barely.
6 piercing damage that time.
Okay.
Okay.
Although usually you'd think they'd do it in the reverse order, stab him with the fork, then take a bite.
Oh.
Off the fork. Then let's go clockwise to the one attacking you, Thorn. I have an 8 to hit, which I'm sure misses with the bite. And then I did it a 20 to hit with the fork stabbing. Sorry, I think you muted. Okay.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, sorry.
18 when I'm using the bow.
You are hit for 1 big bad point of stabby damage.
Oh no! The first of many.
Then we have 2 spine devils attacking you, I'm afraid, Coyra, and they're both going to do the same. So the first bite misses with a 7. And the fork, I rolled a 17 to hit you with the fork.
That hits.
Okay. So the fork does, again, 1 point of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then this guy is going to do the same routine. I miss again with the bite, and an
Okay.
18 to hit with the
It
fork.
also hits. Like you said, the same thing.
How am I rolling 1s all the time on my damage? I've just rolled 3 1s for damage.
I don't mind. Have you seen my Ghostwoods roll?
We're really sorry that that's happening.
Yeah, sure.
Indeed.
She hasn't. She's saving them for you.
This guy
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
misses with the bite with a 9 to hit you, Malvola, on the bite, but an 18 to hit you with the fork.
2 of them just popped up into existence, and one of them's already dead. Exciting.
So the fork, I think, just hits, right? Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. That's better. 5 piercing damage with the fork from that guy, and then bite that hits with the bite. Finally, 7 slashing damage from the bite, and I miss with the fork. So this guy hits you for 7 with his bite.
Okay.
And then the last 2, for you, Grimm. Bite of 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It's Vallen's fault.
Here it comes.
It's
Just
Vallen's fault.
just barely.
2 slashing damage from that bite. And then the fork. 15 with the fork.
Yep.
Okay. Wait, nope or yep?
No.
Okay.
AC is 18.
Thank you. And then the second guy, bite 17, so he misses, and fork for 12. So these guys are sneaky little bastards, though, because hang on one sec, let me do a thing quick. Like, they after they are done attacking you, they use their ability to. They do a barrel roll, and they back out of. They kind of tumble aerobatically. Aerobatically? That's not a word.
Acrobatically.
In the air, though. They tumble out of your space.
Do we get attacks of opportunity?
You do not, because they have this fancy pants ability called Flyby, where they do not provoke attacks of opportunity when it flies out of your reach.
So they're as annoying as Palkas
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
with his mobility feat.
Except these don't do damage.
Oh, given I have my bow out, that's actually excellent. I'm really grateful.
Fair enough. All right.
I'm just finding it funny that they think that's going to save them.
Yeah.
Grimm.
Okay. Which one of the 2 was the one that actually hit me?
This one.
Okay, he's going to be my first target then.
Okay. Yep, that kind of
And
hits
my
him.
extra attack.
Good lord.
Then my bonus action.
Oh wow.
Yep, those all hits. Just about.
So 19 points of radiant damage.
Superb.
He's very scorched. If he was like, a plane, he would be circling with smoke, like pluming out the back.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Coyra.
These things are not flying, correct?
Oh, they are flying. Yep. That's
Oh,
actually what.
darn.
Yeah, aerobatics is a word. Yes.
Yes, that messes
And
up
it
what I
kind of does
wanted
apply to them a little bit.
How high up are they?
They're like, maybe 10 feet off the ground. They're not that high.
Yeah, no, this is not gonna work, the one thing I wanted to try. I'm gonna Thorn Whip the one closest to me.
Okay. Oh, did that
Apparently
count?
I clicked the wrong thing.
I think Oh no, that's right. That's stupid. Sorry. That hits.
I do not drag him closer.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my fancy new spell. This one. And I'm gonna put that thing. Question, does the vine have a range of 30 feet? Or is it me putting it? Or it's me putting it and then it has the 30 feet.
You can place it up to 30 feet away
Yeah,
from
and then
yourself.
it can also reach 30 feet, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Can lash out at
So
a
I'm gonna
creature
put
within
it there. Someone wants to make a fancy icon there.
50.
You're on your own. I can't see anything.
Wait, this is like a little vine, right?
Yeah. Well, little.
Little's relative.
Perfect. And
Oh, so
that
it's about to turn some
vine,
leaves.
Oh, I can see that.
it's perfect. That vine picks this one up and brings it 20 feet closer to the vine.
Oh, nice. Okay. So he moves.
Dear. I hope
He
that wasn't a
moves.
cat.
Actually, like all the
Yeah.
way over there.
And then it's my turn.
Classic cat move. Knocking things off tables. All right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
One of the cat's many hobbies. Push.
Exactly. Malvola. I mean, you've got two boobs.
Question, did the thing do a dexterity saving throw? As if it succeeds, it
Oh,
doesn't
God,
get
no.
killed.
Hang
I'm
on.
just reading that.
Thank you. Sorry. I was just like, do you know what the DC is?
If you tell me where to look, I will know.
On your
It
spells?
should be your spell DC.
Up at the top right.
14.
It rolled a 16.
Then
so-
it didn't move.
Okay, so... Oh, I think I... Okay.
Well, if we only didn't have friendlies in the middle.
Maybe they're already dead? I don't know.
Man, I wish I could do that as a bonus action. Okay, I'm going to Eldritch Boop this guy first, and if he survives, I'll boop him again. If he dies, then I'll go after this one.
Okay. Double boops. That hits.
For minimum damage.
Oh no.
Just a little boop.
Aren't you so cute? And that also hits, but does not finish him.
Okay. He is also pushed to the other side of the one that Grimm shot. Because I can move him 10 feet per boop.
That's right.
Wait,
So
how are you?
technically he goes through the one that Grimm shot.
Okay. Wait, how are you moving him?
Eldritch Blast
Oh,
pushes
it does push as well.
mobs now.
Okay.
There.
It doesn't normally. It does with what he's taking.
Gotcha. Okay, repelling blast. Gotcha. Yeah, so they kind of tumble through, almost getting caught and tangled with each other.
Almost done it.
Hey, Shy, could I get another screenshot?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Because all I see is vines, one dead spine devil, and one living one.
Well, it is. Anything
Wow.
else you want to do, Malvola? Or is that your turn?
There you
That's
go.
gonna be it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, Palkas, you have a spine devil about 10 feet to your west.
I see that. And a group in front of Grimm as well.
Yeah, Malvola just pushed one over there. You can deal with this guy.
Not my
Okay, well.
problem.
Now
More
just imagine what happens when I get fly.
Oh god.
Just circle around them, pushing them all into the center, and then Palkas explodes. And
Oh, well, thanks.
Or you
Thanks
push
for
them
the
all into
warning.
the center, then arms of Qatar.
Are you now telling kashcah your tactics?
I appreciate the heads
I
up.
don't know if the opportunity for that's ever going to come up, but whatever.
I mean, no, it isn't.
I'm guessing that I'm
They're
about...
just gonna. All enemies are gonna be in a line from
Here.
now on.
Oh, well, breath weapon.
Oh god.
I can't get that far.
They're gonna be in a cheerleader's pyramid. I don't know.
Hunger of Hadar.
Aim for the bottom ranks.
Mhm.
Vallen, you can see drawings, right?
At least I saw the vine. I'm just trying to figure out if there's some area
I'll show you
affecting
where
that
the
I could
enemies
use, but
are.
I can see those actually. That's helping.
The
Hmm.
ones that are alive.
And I don't want to hit these people right here.
I mean,
Okie dokie. Or at least that's what
It's
I
up to
don't
you.
want to do.
There's the two friendlies here. I'm trying to help.
I appreciate it. What you can do is like now put a green
this
box
is you.
around yourself. Like,
That's
but,
Palkas.
I mean, anybody else that wants a green box needs to.
Yeah, anyone else wants to show up for Palkas?
Yeah,
I
considering he's talking about area.
don't know if it's a good thing to show up for Palkas or not.
How far does that shoot out again?
I hope this gives you an idea.
Let's see, 30 foot. Oh, they're 40 foot away. Okay, all right. So
The two dead ones don't matter, right?
here's what I'm thinking. I can do a 30-foot cone, so I'm just gonna kind of draw a little bit on here so you can place it however you want to place it, because I can't move my character. But I would move up here, and then I would stay and I would vomit psychic energy in this direction in a 30-foot cone.
And do you stay there? I'll give you token there.
Yeah, I think I would. Hopefully I didn't just delete my own character.
Nope.
Here, I will move it
Hmm.
like that. So
I think so.
you wanted to be in the other green box, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the other green box? What? I'm here, right?
You
Yeah.
are there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So then I will do Psionic Blast in a cone, aiming at those four. I guess I would be like 5 foot south.
Actually, I'll give you
Ooh.
a different box so that you know which one you are.
So that's 35. Shoot. So if I'm here, there's 30.
Go.
25. Yeah, so I guess I'd want to be where I'm at now.
You want to be there.
Yeah.
You want to be where the people are.
But yeah, I'll give you color change just so you're aware which one you are. Might be easier for you.
Okie dokie.
I feel like Vallen's got like the XL visual.
I
you know,
do.
Like if we were playing XL.
I feel like I'm playing Dwarf Fortress
I
or
mean,
something.
almost all of us are now rendered in, except Palkas.
Have you seen the new graphical UI for Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah.
It's not the new one though. It would be a different one. So
Alright,
we're
hit
casting
me.
this at level 3, and
Hit me.
it's gonna be quickened. So it's cast as a bonus action. And that uses 2 of my sorcery points to do so. And then hui. DC 14.
Okay. Dex. Dex save. Alright. Let's start on the left with this guy.
If he dies, I'll remove his square token,
Okay,
just so you can see that he died.
He
Okay.
rolled a 17.
that's no good. Half damage.
His friend next to him. Wait, so hang on. Okay, so half of. Oh, you know what though? He was mostly dead. That was the one that got scorched and was doing his best impression of a fighter plane shot
Right.
down.
So he takes 9 damage.
Yeah, but he only had 3 left. The next guy fails, and he had damage also from Eldritch Blast. Next guy succeeds, so he takes
9 damage.
takes 8 damage.
Oh, 8 damage. Sorry. Sorry.
Nice try. And then this guy down the bottom fails. So he takes the full 17, but he had not been hit yet.
He's
So
pushed.
he's still alive.
He's pushed 20 feet and prone, which I believe for flying creatures means he falls to the ground.
Okay. So are you pushing them away from you? Is that?
I think that's kind of the idea. I don't think that I can push them in different directions.
Okay. So 20 feet. So he's like there, I think. Ooh, except I just. And they're both pushed 20 feet, right? Or no, they're only pushed if they're.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and he succeeded.
Although it would have been funny if the top one was pushed and it would have gone toward Malvola.
True enough.
Okay.
After Malvola pushed one in the other direction.
And then I Eldritch Blast that guy back at Palkas.
Spine Devil Ping Pong.
Or is it tennis?
Table tennis,
Big
ping
field.
pong, whatever.
It's a big field, so.
Alright.
And then, because I don't know if I have any more, if I have enough movement to get over here, I'm just going to use a ranged cantrip for my action. And that's going to be Mind Sliver. Hui. And it gets a DC 14 intelligence save.
Okay. These guys are not super smart. He rolled a 3.
By the way, a question. Is the armor class and the spell DC save linked to each other, or is it coincidence that it's the same for me?
Just a coincidence.
They're
Okay.
unrelated.
So he takes 8 psychic, and he gets -4 to the next save that he makes.
Okay.
That's it.
He's dead. Pretty much. Alright. Alright, so you're end of your turn, right?
That is it.
Then Thorn. Palkas just blasted one of them
Okay.
towards you.
So is this one actually prone?
So he is
Do I get advantage if I shoot at?
he's grounded, so he's not like laying on the floor, but he has
Okay.
like kind of tumbled to the ground with the force of this push.
Okay, so I'll open up on this one, and if I kill him with my first arrow, I'll switch to this.
Okay, sounds good.
As soon as I can open my character sheet so I can click things.
Just seeing if a second tab is going to load me better, but it's just giving me the exact same things loading in. Oh, no, it's not. I've got my character.
Yeah. No idea why it's rolled a d4 hit dice.
And now you're missing another character.
Yeah. Anyway, it's only those first two that are actually
Okay.
valid.
So that one does not finish this guy.
So he'll get
Because
both
both.
of them.
Okay, but that does finish that guy.
I wonder if roll 20 is just freaking out under the load, giving me lots of maximum dice.
I mean, don't complain.
Well, I mean,
It's a little strange.
I kind of feel you should take at least 5 or 6 off that second 13. Still, whatever. That's me.
Let me try.
I mean, my rolls are normal.
Yeah, that's pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Did-
system's really slow for me at the moment. So it might just be kind of offloading me partially or something. I don't really know. I have no idea whatsoever.
Did
Next
you
round, I'll just type /roll.
Just wondering, did you happen to drink Felix Felicis?
I wish.
Always a possibility. Seeing
I took
these
some
rolls.
trash out. Does that count?
Did you
Who
want...
knows?
A lucky trash bin.
No, it was an unlucky one. You got it out, so now the luck is back.
Maybe.
Mhm.
That's me anyway.
Okay.
That is my effort.
Alright, it is their turn. Let's see. So, let's start at the top this time. This guy is going to kind of swoop in and attack you, Grimm. So he moves like 10 feet in to attack you. He's going to do the same again, a bite and a stab you with his fork. He is 16 with his bite and a 4 with the fork. So misses on both. But then he does, so he's moved 10. So he can continue his flight pattern. He's going to kind of swoop around. And he's going to kind of fly up behind Palkas.
Sorry, kitty.
That's that guy. Then let's do this guy next. He's gonna do the same. He's gonna fly in the 10 feet and attack you, Malvola. Bite for 18 to hit you with the bite.
That'll hit.
For 4 slashing damage. And then 7 with the fork. So misses with the fork. And then he's going to move away. And he's gonna come over here. He's gonna come stand next to Grimm, or as close to Grimm as he can get.
So he wants to die.
Then this guy is gonna move in the 10 feet and attack. So misses with his bite and with the fork. And then he's gonna kind of swoop around and probably head up in Malvola's direction. It's gonna end up here. And this guy also going to bite and stab you. Try to anyway. He rolls a 14 to hit you with his bite.
I have 14. Does it hit or not?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
I have to just meet. So he does 6 slashing damage with the bite. And he rolls a natural 20 with his
It's gonna hurt.
fork.
Oh.
So, it's not too bad. He does another 6 total with his fork stab. And then he's going to follow his friend. So wait, he can 10. So, you know what? No, yes, he is. He wouldn't know. He doesn't know any better. And then I think that just leaves this guy here. Right? Yeah, that guy there. He's going to swoop in try and bite and stab you. He rolls a natural 1 with his bite and a 16 with his fork, so he fails. And then he's gonna head off in the other direction. So he's gonna kind of go over here towards Coyra. Alright, and that is their turn. So Grimm, it is your turn.
Okay, is the one that's trying to creep up behind Palkas, is that the one that got hit with the mind sliver?
Crap, we should have.
It
Palkas, do you
was the
remember?
only one that was over here, so yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Cool.
should.
Turn is talking.
He
Which
gets
means
the
it
sad
has
face.
a -4 to saving throws. So I'm going
Yeah.
to do something Grimm hasn't really done in the past so far.
Sacred flame.
2d8 damage, and I get a 6.
He rolled an 18 for his dex save.
In that case, for my bonus action,
Sorry.
Well, that brings his DC down to.
Oh
it
yeah,
brings it down to
actually,
14.
sorry, the -4, of course.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so he rolled a 14.
so he did miss. He did fail a save. I'm sorry.
but still, for my bonus action,
Well, hang on, because so he takes the 6 radiant damage.
yeah,
That's how much HP he had left.
okay, in that case, that
Superb.
Sunbolt is the one that decided to pay me a visit. One over
Okay.
here,
Okay.
and it gets 8 points of radiant damage.
Ow.
Basically, Sacred Flame over there, Sunbolt over there.
All right.
Plenty of radiance for everybody.
Let the sun
Oh, you
shine.
can.
And that ends my turn.
You're a shining beacon among us.
I just figured since he hit him with the mind sliver, might as well take advantage of that
Yeah.
Yeah, for
negative
sure.
to the save.
Yeah. And that's what killed him.
It is a good debuff.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, that ends my turn.
Okay. Coyra?
I can hit this one. The one that was flying towards me is gonna experience my Thorn Whip.
Ow.
I do not pull him closer. Absolutely not. Oh wow, 2 1s.
You tickled him with the thorns.
Yeah.
He was damaged, but still
I
has
don't
a
think
little
that's gonna
life
do
left.
much. Then my Fine is gonna grab this one that tried to that attacked me, and it's gonna try to pull him closer. So a dexterity
you.
save.
Damn it.
14.
Oh, he rolled an 8.
Yeah, he
So-
gets pulled towards the Fine.
So like there? Is that where
Yep.
you'd want? Okay.
He can be in the Vine, I guess, right?
Yeah,
As
he
the
could
Vine
be.
takes up the spot.
Yeah.
Can he?
Well, I mean, he's up in the air, right? So you could kind of.
Oh yeah. But nah, that spot is fine. I don't want him too close to Lulu.
Okay.
And meanwhile, Coyra is also gonna move backwards a little bit.
So it is getting a little toasty back there. Okay.
I'm not gonna go too far. I see the flames. I'm pushing my luck. I mean,
Oh.
I'm a druid that loves flames, so what do you expect?
So the outer areas are all like hot.
Yeah, see on the screenshots.
Okay.
Look out, the druid's starting to experience hot flashes.
Hot.
Normally, that takes a lot
Let's-
longer for an elf for a half.
I mean,
Like
I'm a
hundreds of years.
druid and I love playing with fire. What do you expect?
I feel like fire is a natural resource that more druids should
What?
play with. Really.
I know, right?
Yeah, totally.
It goes hand in hand. Wood and fire.
Oh, fire brings renewal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Malvola is not convinced.
I am going to boot the one to the south of me.
That will hit him.
And push him away. Like here.
Volley him back toward Coyra.
Appreciate
Was that one injured before? Is he taken out?
This one?
Yeah.
No, he had not taken any damage yet, actually.
I'm gonna try and fix that.
And knock him back even further.
I want to stay alive.
I mean, you could knock him back further if he wasn't dead. So-
I can send his
Knock the
corpse
corpse
flying.
back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you really
I
want.
mean, I think Vallen's point of view must be interesting. Seeing tokens just poof, gone.
It's less to load for me. That's all.
Oh, dear.
It'll load just in time for us to change maps.
Yeah.
Fine.
And that's gonna be.
Okay.
Once we've got ASCII visuals, then we're good.
Alright. Palkas.
I can see myself,
Yay!
so that's a good thing.
You have a dead dude next to you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna leave that dead dude there. Okay. Palkas is going to move. Actually, I will try and grab. I can't grab both of those. He's gonna run over here and smack this guy. If he can reach him, is the guy flying?
10 feet up.
Yeah, you can reach him.
Okay. He will try smacking him. He'll yell boom.
That hits.
9 magical bludgeoning.
Okay. He is not dead yet.
And then for his bonus action, it is, what is it? Is it Mind Thrust? I think it's Mind Thrust. Okay, so yes, it is Mind Thrust. He uses Mind Thrust.
Okay. Come on, big bucks nowhere. Oh, he rolled a 2. God damn it.
So you hit him with a hammer and his brain explodes.
So
I wasn't done playing with that one.
He dead.
He dead.
He dead.
There's 2 near me that you can play with, please.
And he moves
Fine.
10 feet closer to the vines with his remaining move. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
That's it.
Thorn?
Okay.
Charge it up.
I am audio, right? Yes, I'm on audio. I'll shoot the one nearest me first, and if he goes down, I'll shoot the one in the. As soon as I can open my character. Oh, I was just going to type the roll, wasn't I?
Oh, yeah. Hacks disengaged. Wait for it.
Waiting for it. Oh.
Can you-
That
So much
hits.
for disengaging.
Yeah. That definitely hits. I mean, I don't.
Secondary hacks engaged.
Yeah. It's dead, Jim.
That I think that was a second attack, or
That was a second attack,
oh,
but it's 10 damage as well.
oh, gotcha. Wow, that's good stuff.
Yeah. It is very dead.
Okay. So that's just the vine one left. That's me.
Okay. So can it? Hang on, let me go look at this again. These vines, can it use its? Hang on, let me look at these. Oh, okay. So So it like gets pulled but released. So...
Yeah, so when I first chose the spell, I was like, cool, a grappling spell. Yeah, no, apparently not. But it's still nice to get things away.
Yeah, for sure. Super.
It's more of a
handy.
catch and release spell.
I mean, I'm still not gonna complain.
It's very eco-friendly.
And it's made out of fire. If I use fire, you see, it's burning fire all of a sudden.
So wait, hang on. We're gonna do a quick roll. So, 1, it's Malvola. 2, it is Palkas.
Yes, I'm safe.
Rolling the dice. It's thinking about it. The suspense is killing me.
Yay. You gotta. You
Kashcah
critted with
next
it too.
just flip a coin next time.
Right.
It's faster.
So it's gonna move in the 10 feet and do its thing. It's gonna try and bite you. There with a 13.
Palkas is going to use his shield spell,
Oh.
which increases his armor class by 5. But I do need to roll, so let's do that. It's all fine.
Wait, what?
It's a 1, right?
It's a 1.
Oh wait, 1 is when it surges?
Yes.
I think I'm fine.
So who's closest to me? So here's the
Oh,
thing.
look, it's Grimm.
Grimm is closest to.
The shield spell may or may not work. All depends on what happens next. So what do I do, Kashcah?
Roll a
Please.
D100.
You see the
100?
excitement in Kashka's
Oh
face.
my gosh!
Wild
And now
magic
it-
surge. Here we go.
Now everything becomes a sheep.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Is it
Except...
another freaking fireball?
Hang on one sec.
Indeed.
God for
please
that.
don't.
The compendium is
Loaded.
pants.
I want to say that it's still the same.
What did you roll?
48.
48? As in 4-8?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Tell me it's not another fireball.
It's not another fireball.
Okay.
It's worse. She's smiling. It's worse.
It's actually amazing. Shit, hang on. I gotta... Nobody knows what it is now.
Yep.
Hang on, because I think I might actually have a token for this. Which would be really
You could have a
weird.
lot of fun with this one.
It's never
could
gonna
see it.
load though.
But you never know. You never know.
For
I've got all the tokens loaded
Laugh's
except for
sake.
Malvola.
Alright. Then I'm
And-
just not...
Except the surge negates the shield, though, doesn't it?
In this case, it may, so I'll probably still get hit.
Oh, does it though?
Yes, the initial
something-
spell does not happen.
For something like this, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that my tokens page is never gonna load, basically. So you're just going to have to imagine. Use your imagination.
Imagination.
This is the perfect place for it, right?
So
Yeah,
Right.
Vallen's been playing old school
Right
D&D
here.
the whole time,
right here.
imagining the battlefield.
Right here, you said?
Yep. Oh, if only I had some kind of pink sparkly thing, or I don't know. Oh,
A pink sparkly finger?
Dang it, roll 20.
we're just gonna put an X there, right?
Okay.
A unicorn appears and rears up, neighing wildly. It seems quite agitated.
Basically, I started laughing.
So I summoned a unicorn instead of a shield to block the attack. Okay.
Yep.
Does the unicorn block the attack?
No, the unicorn does not block the attack.
Okay, that's worth a question.
It is wondering why the hell it is
Why
in
is
this
it hell?
Yeah, why it's in this horrible hellscape.
Why in hell, indeed?
Oh.
So you still get the damage from the bite. And
Alright.
we'll find out what the unicorn does in just a moment.
And now the bite is just a 1.
And you get the bonus of secondhand glitter.
Gets everywhere, man.
So you take 3 damage from that bite.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to the unicorn in just a moment. And then He does try to stab you with the fork and rolls a 13 for that. So I think that hits as well, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I have no more reactions. So.
And does 4 piercing damage with the fork stabs.
Okay, he's still fine.
And he's the last of his kind, just like the unicorn. So, oh god. Hang on. I now have to look up unicorn stats.
Oh,
And
God.
not in Roll20 because... No, not Unicron. That's not good.
As I hear everybody start searching for unicorn.
Right.
Oh, I tried. It's not working for me.
I know. The poor compendium is just like, nope.
I didn't see myself
Nope in
as
that one.
a conjurer, but hey.
Okay. So this unicorn,
Ooh, they're beefy.
they are beefy.
You don't want to get on the wrong side of a unicorn.
You mean like by summoning it into hell?
Right?
In
the mind of an angel, though.
I don't know that it would know that it's your fault that it's there. You know?
Mm-hmm. And is it
So-
imaginary?
Kashcah made you a unicorn token.
Oh, look at that!
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
It's even kind of pinkish color.
That's amazing.
Kashcah requested pink, so...
So it is going to attack the devil.
Okay.
So it rears up, neighing wildly, and just takes its hooves and just pummels the devil in front of it with its hooves.
Okay.
So hang on. Rolling.
Simple level 1 shield spell turned into summon unicorn. Go
Seriously.
figure.
This is kind of amazing. I'm just waiting for the dice to actually roll.
Yeah, no problem. We might actually have to resort to real dice.
I know, I was just thinking.
I have
should
real
just be
dice, so I
faster
can
to go
actually
get my
use them.
dice. Anytime. Today.
Want me to play the
Ooh.
There we go.
Jeopardy music?
So it definitely hits that poor spine devil who had no idea that this was in store.
I mean, nobody thought this was in
By the way, folks, Roll20 is not usually this bad. It has its bad days, but...
Oh, I just realized I do actually have D6 at my disposal.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
right there, but...
See him. Entire thing full of him. And then still. Also
Isn't
have
that a
all of the...
satisfying noise as well?
That's my secret
She's
Santa.
actually
Get
hand
the
rolling. Oh my gosh.
special dices.
It does 8 damage to it with its hooves. And then it's gonna stab it
Oh boy. The gore running.
because it's not dead yet. And the unicorn is very pissed off. Except I don't actually have a way to roll because I'm still waiting for the 2d6.
2d6?
You don't have any dice over there, do you, Val?
No, but I can just grab
I
it real
can
quick.
roll for you.
Roll a d12. Oh, hang on.
Oh yeah, I do. It's a whole thing of them. I'll get these out for you.
Nice. That's amazing.
Some people might recognize that character. There you go. If you want any for the future.
Why, thank you. So it hits him again with his horn, and hang on, I'm gonna find a d8 in here. Yes. Roll a real dice. It's amazing. Does 6, so he does 10. Okay, so it finishes him.
Okay. Unintentional amazingness.
And then the unicorn starts running around Like it's kind of like it's looking for a way out, but is surrounded by this ring of fire, which it is not fond of. So it's like it's kind of running. Actually, maybe I can do this. Kind of like runs like over here, and then maybe over here a bit. It can run a very long way.
Is it a concentration spell that I'm maintaining at this point?
This is not. No.
Okay.
This is a real unicorn.
This is
In an imaginary plane.
Alright, so Spine Devils are done.
Sorry, Lulu, you've got an errant unicorn in your head.
I mean, better than Spine Devils.
True.
So as the unicorn kind of finishes the last Spine Devil though, and you're all kind of like standing there agape at this unicorn running around, the battlefield does fade to black, and you will never know what happened to the unicorn.
A beautiful
Is it not there
timing.
with us?
No.
But this is all kind of fading to black. Like you can't see what's going on, and this thick smoke kind of just seeps across the landscape. The fires become obscured, and it all becomes very dark, and you can't see anything really. It's so dark, but the first thing that gives you kind of some clue that there has been a change in your surroundings is that the smell of death and decay begins to envelop you, and you see the Spine Devils who were dead on the battlefield previously approach you all. You're now kind of grouped together on this black kind of smoke-filled landscape.
Oh yeah,
And-
they didn't ooze away. Right.
Yeah. And these devils kind of all you can still see the wounds that you inflicted on them. Like you see the ones that took the radiant damage are still burnt, and some of them have arrows sticking out of them. And
Yay,
One
I
has a
didn't,
big hole in his chest.
I didn't make him too angry.
big
I only did a
unicorn.
little bit damage. Yeah.
One has like thorns everywhere.
I mean, you're saying Thorns, you're giving me too much credit there. I'm missing the damage.
One does have like a unicorn-sized hole in his chest. And they all approach you and they kneel before you, and they offer you their service. They offer to serve you if you spare their lives, if you agree to spare their lives.
What were they doing here in the first place?
Palkas just sees them as an embodiment of something, so he says yes.
No.
Coyra.
Thorn also sees him as an embodiment of something, and he definitely says no.
Seeing that Coyra doesn't want to end up fireballed again, she just agrees with Palkas. I mean, he just summoned a unicorn. She has respect for Palkas.
These are devils inside Lulu's mind.
Yes, indeed.
I do not think we should allow them to continue to exist.
Yeah, I'm
Wait.
in agreement with that.
Can they speak?
They just did.
Yeah, they just did, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
will say, you must decide as one.
Coyra asks, what were you doing here in the first place?
There is no answer.
Okay, I'm siding with Thorn.
I mean, I'm chaotic good. These things must die.
I'm lawful good. They should be dead already.
I'm Coyra. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
My friends call me KG.
Palkas, are you going to be swayed by your...
Well, I mean, he was thinking that he could just tell them, all right, then, leave Lulu alone. But okay. If that's the way others want to go, then he won't be the stubborn one holding out. So
What
No.
is Malvola doing?
I already said no.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
They die.
Okay.
Palkas was the only one
Okay.
left.
So do you... Who tells them? Who shares the "you're fired" news?
I'd be delighted to.
And what do you say to them?
I say, we want nothing to do with you, foul scum. Die already.
And with those words, they do fade into the smoke. Their bodies become kind of like ethereal, and just wisps of them, dissipate to merge kind of with the smoke. And the blackness around you,
you're becoming a bit robotic for
Oh.
me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Briefly.
Let me switch it to another region. Hold on. Singapore, my old friend. While everybody reloads. There we go.
Okay. Alright. So the blackness around you, this billowing black smoke that surrounds you, spreads a little, and you see that you are wandering a vast, barren landscape of utter devastation. And it's the group of you that are there, the 5 of you. And as you're kind of wandering, it's just, and the horizon just stretches for miles and miles. And there's nothing, you don't see any landmarks, there's nothing before you, except this kind of devastated, barren landscape. And as you are stepping forwards, you see beneath your feet this kind of, ash and sand and broken bones and stones. In between all of this begins to rise up this black sludge, and it rises rapidly out of the ground. At first it's just kind of stuck to the bottom of your boot, but then with the next step you see that it's actually enveloping your foot and gripping you tightly. As you take another step, it's gripping you more tightly, and you become overwhelmed with horrible sense of loss. And you hear Mad Maggie's disembodied voice. "Don't let the sludge consume you," she says. "You must push through her defenses. She must look."
I'd like to make a defense push check, whatever that involves.
So I know. So we're not on. Pay no attention to this map because it really doesn't matter at all.
It's too bad it just finished loading.
But yeah, sorry. It figures, right?
I mean, we called it out.
Yeah. But I do need you all to roll initiative, please.
We're still on the initiative order?
Yeah, we're still on
Oh crap!
initiative.
Okay, let me clear it. My bad. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Cleared.
So, since I'm uploaded, I can remove all the squares. The unicorn stays.
Hey, we don't know what happened to the unicorn.
Indeed.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm
Roll 20 is even getting slow for me.
Yeah, I
Alright.
clicked the moment you clicked Nightcaste, and it took a while to show up.
And Palkas is at the bottom of the order again.
I'm always bringing up the rear.
Oh, no.
Hey, someone has to do it.
I don't know if Lulu would be able to hear, but Lulu, the inside of your mind sucks.
Robbed.
Okay, so
'Cause I rolled a 16, and then I hit it again because the lag.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
changed it to.
okay,
Excuse me.
Mm.
there we go. And actually, Thorn, you rolled the 22. Oh, there we go. Is everybody else's roll correct?
Yeah, mine is.
Okay. All right. Let me just see if that. Okay. All right then. So, what I would like you to do on your turn, if you don't want to do your best impersonation of, what's the horse's name in Neverending Story?
Artax?
Artax.
Artax.
If you don't want to do your best impersonation of Artax, then then you need to make a strength or you can use athletics or acrobatics to try and break free of the sludge.
What?
Great.
Athletics or?
Athletics or acrobatics. You have to do it
Woo.
on your turn.
On your
sir.
turn.
Oh, sorry.
So
That was a
excited.
practice roll, right?
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
So I know who's gonna be the host today.
It's not my turn yet.
Indeed, that's why you're the host.
Alright.
Woo.
Okay. So, okay. So you are stuck still in the sludge, but it doesn't seem to be having any negative effects yet.
Keyword yet.
Grimm?
There's nothing. Eventually.
Oh, okay. You are able to
Ooh.
free yourself from the sludge. And
Because that was getting to be squishy and yucky between my toes. Remember, Grimm's barefoot.
Lovely.
You've got boots. Shoes.
He's not used to wearing things on his feet.
So as you break free of the sludge, you rise up into the air, actually. You become kind of airborne. And you're able to kind of quickly shake off that horrible sense of loss that you were experiencing.
Do my best genie impression.
Alright. Malvola.
Being that this is inside somebody's mind, shouldn't one's force of will have something to do with it?
I keep thinking that, but
Oh, awesome.
That's what you were thinking. As
I mean,
you're
at
like,
least you've got it out the way, right? The first round, just got it out the way.
you're like, I'm just gonna think my way out.
Yeah, the sludge is rising up and clutching you more tightly. Coyra.
Wow. I'm also not doing great.
The same
Oh.
thing. The same thing.
I mean, after the battle, seeing how much damage I took, it makes sense that I'm not doing the best.
Alright, Palkas.
So as I already clicked,
Just do it.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos to reroll, which will mean that I will Wild Magic Surge on my next spell.
Okay.
I figured that would make you happy.
See NobiGit like, why?
So
More
it
unicorns!
makes us happy. Others of us, not so much.
oh, I got worse. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Alright. So Grimm, on let's see, you can use your turn to use the help action, to assist
Okay.
another character. So now that you are free, you
Or I could do the
To
typical
break.
cat thing and kind of just sit there and laugh and
Yeah.
watch.
you could. Thorn, wanna have another go?
Okay. I have clicked the button.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, wait a second. Maybe we should just be rolling. Do you want to? Because that's.
No, that's fine. I'll take it.
Roll
Okay.
20
I'm
is
gonna
all
roll it
you can on us.
real-
I mean, you say that now, but then I'm going to
It's
reveal
fine.
to you that that the sense of loss intensifies to the point that it is going to give you some psychic damage.
That's fine.
Okay, so
I mean, if it actually eats and dissolves me and I have to roll a new character, that's just how it goes.
See, that's the way I look at it.
Thorn might be stabby. Tim is really easygoing.
Ah.
Woohoo!
If Lulu's
That's
mind dissolves
marvelous.
you, that will be a horrible fate.
I mean, given everything we know about Thorn, this
Oh.
seems entirely typical
Holy-
and reasonable.
Crap.
I thought you said a little psychic damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been 4.
Any psychic
It could have been
damage you could
4.
walk away from, there could be.
Oh.
It could have been 4. Just saying.
I
All right,
mean,
Grim.
you know, overwhelming sense of psychic loss and mental damage. That's Thorn in a nutshell. It's all
Thinking
good.
too much about your brother.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Who would you like to help, Grim?
Yeah, see, that's the issue. There's 4. And I can only help one. Okay, we'll do it this way. Thorn's the top of the order. And in descending down the initiative order, I'm going to try to roll a d4. With Thorn being 1 and Palkas being 4. Okay, Palkas gets the help action.
You're like, please, no spells.
It's too
You cast a
late.
spell, I'm throwing you back down.
If I help him, maybe you won't cast. All right, then Malvola, it is your turn.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea what DC is, so
It is more than that. So I'm afraid there is some psychic damage coming your way.
I would like to try and use an ability.
Okay, what you up to?
It's a new ability as of last level called Bend Luck.
Oh god. Assume brace position.
I spend 2 sorcery points and I get to roll a 1d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty to the creature's roll.
Okay.
And what's the downside?
Or I'll click it here. I have to spend 2 sorcery points to do so.
Okay.
So let me-
Okay.
I was expecting worse.
How often can you do that?
I only have so many
how
sorcery
sorcery
points.
points you got? Sorry, I'm an idiot. How many sorcery points do you have?
I only have 3 after this,
Oh, okay.
but I can convert spells into sorcery points and vice versa. Oh,
Ooh, nice.
so I gave him 14?
It still is really close, but not.
Even with the help?
Right.
Well, he's
That's
No,
not for
that was the help.
Palkas.
I'm not the one getting the help action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He was using that on. Okay, I
Nope.
get it.
Nice try, though.
Okay.
Hang on.
You know, maybe it'll be 4 1s this time.
It may, yeah, I mean, that would certainly make up for the 10 and 2 8s. It
Didn't
is.
happen to a nicer guy.
Oh, see? Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. On we go, Coyra.
Can I trust roll 20 or should I use it?
If you want to use real dice, I'm fine. If anybody wants to use
Nah.
real dice, I'm fine with that.
Ooh.
22 psychic damage from the.
Yeah.
Coyra just
Flat
shrugs.
average.
Help.
Okay. And Palkas. And you have advantage because Grimm is assisting you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else realizing the irony of the situation if Grimm's the only one that survives this?
That would be hilarious.
That's why I said, anybody else realizing the irony of this?
So I'm just giving a quick look. Yeah, that's not really gonna help. Throw some caltrops on everybody. All right, let's do the athletics.
Like I said, you cast a spell, I'm pushing your head under.
Just an athletics roll.
The
There
help
we
will
go.
be submerging
Wow.
you.
And that wasn't even an advantage, so I don't even need to
Yeah. There
roll
you
a
go.
second time.
So, Palkas, you are now free of the sludge.
Okay.
And on your turn, you can choose to help somebody.
You mean on my next turn?
Well, yeah, because, well, I mean, no, wait, because you're helping them on their turn, right? Not on your turn.
You're hoping them on their turn, but you need to have your action held for it, unless something in the rules says
That's
otherwise.
true. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You'd have to wait till his next turn to decide.
And you can just, well, no, you'd want to wait because somebody might get free.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Thorn.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm not clicking it this time, I'm typing it.
Okay. Ta-da!
Bing.
Right. And so you are free as well, rising up above the sludge. Grimm, who are you helping this time?
Okay. We'll go 1 or 2 Malvola, 3 or 4 Coyra. Just because I don't want to. Okay, it's Coyra.
Okay.
Going force. This is odd.
Right.
Cast magic missile.
You're gonna attack the darkness.
Mm. If only we had some flying
Malvola.
helpers right now.
It is your turn.
I don't even know if that'd work.
Oh.
That's
Looks like I'm rolling a character.
Oh shit.
Actually, no. I'm still up.
Whoa! Check that out.
And, you know, if we die in here, we might just be dead to Lulu.
Or your bodies in the real world are just an empty husk because your soul died here.
I mean, how would you tell the difference?
I'm also
Thorn.
gonna type it out.
We're not all Thorn.
She's all like, "Don't you ever talk to me
Do
or
I
my
have to do
Zerial
another
ever
roll
again."
because of the help?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. So you get to roll again.
20 plus 2.
Good
Now, if you
luck.
die in Lulu's mind, would that mean Lulu's going to hear your voice for the rest of her life?
Oh, I will haunt
Yes.
the
I live here now.
Just
Yeah,
haunt Lulu
diving
from
back down.
haunt. You're not stuck inside with me. I'm so excited. Yeah, so you're free, Coyra. If it wasn't obvious. Alright,
So who are we going to help now?
Palkas.
I'm
Who do you
I'm
wanna
gonna help Malvola, and I'm also going to be thinking the whole time, "Unicorn, please help," because I don't know if I have a mental bond with this thing. He doesn't know if it's something to do with Lulu's brain or if it was a wild magic surge or what.
It's a good try.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, then Thorn, I mean, should we just forward bloop bloop
I
fast
mean,
forward to Malvola?
we're all going to
Extra
help
Yeah,
advantage.
we're all
Malvola as
gonna
best we
help.
can, but I don't think we can give them more
Although-
than one advantage. So
There's one thing I want to do before we get
Okay.
to that.
Alright.
Just in case the help isn't enough.
Oh, okay.
Malvola, you get 7. Reach down, touch Malvola's shoulder. It's not much, but I can only cast level 1, so
Yeah.
it might help keep you alive.
Yeah, Palkas pooped out a unicorn. Alright, so Malvola. Keep yourself alive.
And here we go again.
yourself. You made it! Yay! Alright. So, you're all
One
kind of...
thing I want to do is
Yeah.
actually boop my nose.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Healing boop.
Yes, I absolutely need it. So where is it? Healing.
Anybody else looking in rough shape?
I can
Can I
do a
cast it at a
sort of
higher
group
level?
heal.
I can cast it at a level. What? 1, 2.
The only time you've seen Malvola looking this rough is when Palkas blew us up, or when
And killed
blew us
everybody
up.
but him.
So, question: what do the numbers mean?
What numbers?
Both
Yeah,
numbers.
You
The top
add
one.
those together.
Okay.
So the 4 is what the original spell
Mhm.
was healing. The 13 is extra healing because it was cast at a higher level.
Okay. I didn't know what the top number was. I'm happy I did it.
So basically, you gain 17.
Yep.
Okay. So you've
And that
all...
now, question, that took away a tier 3 spell slot, right? Instead of
Yeah.
tier 1?
Mhm.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Anybody
So-
else? Oh, no worries. Anything else? Anybody else want to do stuff before we proceed?
Hit Malvola with another one.
Palkas is looking to see if he can find the unicorn and if it needs help.
You were in a barren landscape.
Just seeing if
There
it's
is
struggling.
no unicorn. Okay, then I'm gonna move on. So you're risen up out of the sludge, managed to pull your feet free, and you start kind of rising up through the air faster and faster, and the ground below you becomes more and more expansive. And you can just see, as far as your eye can see, is just desolation. And you're rising up really fast, and the sky up above you becomes dark, like an inky black void, and you rise up towards it until you can no longer see the ground, and
And now you're being absorbed by the goo on the ceiling.
Well, now you mention
Don't give me
it.
ideas.
Except this time you
Don't.
went head first into it. So
Good luck
all
with
dead.
this one. Yeah, you're rising up into this kind of inky black void, and you see up above you this kind of black, another black object that is just kind of like looks slightly different against what could be the night sky. And
It's a slightly darker black.
it's a slightly darker black. It's the blackiest black.
Is it the black that absorbs light?
Well, you realize as you get closer to it that it's the bottom of a cushion, and you rise up to the same level as it, and you see that Lulu is resting on this cushion. And and we broke shot.
But
Yeah.
it's the size of a house.
we almost flew up a whole fence, but
She's tiny. How could you do it? So she is unconscious and alone. And then this beam of bright white light begins to shine down upon her. And you see, as the light kind of, as it lights up the area around Lulu, you can see that next to Lulu is this large gleaming brass spyglass. It's resting atop of an ornately carved tripod. Lulu actually wakes up and she kind of looks around at her surroundings and at you, and she looks really peaceful. And she sees the spyglass, and kind of gets up off the cushion and walks over to it and approaches it and puts her eye against the eyepiece of this spyglass. And then she steps back suddenly. Her eyes are wide and she seems completely shocked. And her face is like alight with excitement. And she cries out.
Black circle of shit.
Who did this? Who would do this? She cries out, the sword, the sword, I know where it is. And as the dream ends, you awaken back in Fort Knucklebone, in the center, still standing in this circle. Lulu on the cushion that you just saw kind of in the dreamscape. And you kind of shake yourself away from the dream that was thoroughly occupying your mind. And there is Lulu. She is almost like bouncing for joy. She can barely contain her excitement. You've never seen her like this. She is like hopping up and down. She's so excited. And she says to each of you, I know where it is. I remembered. I remember the Bleeding Citadel. I know where it is. Let's go.
How do we feel?
I'm not feeling well. My hit points.
If you don't feel so great, right? If you took damage in the dreamscape, you do have that damage on this side of the, in reality. But it is in reality, it's all been psychic damage.
Right.
So you don't have any wounds on you, bites or stabs from the spine devils.
So, who is still physically damaged? Who still needs healing? Okay, both of you come close to me.
The
Just come
magic that we
close.
did it also
I'm missing
affect?
like 2 hit points, but I don't care.
I'll
Well-
walk close to Thorn.
Everyone within 5 feet. So if you need any hit points at all, come on over.
Group
I
hug.
will.
Group
Group
hug.
And it takes
Okay, in that case, I'll
60
approach,
seconds.
but I'll clap a hand over Palkas' mouth so he can't cast a spell.
Coyra actually asked Palkas, where's the unicorn?
I'm curious. Do we lose the spells that we cast?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I also asked. Okay.
Wowzers.
Wow.
there.
What the hell?
What
Yeah,
spell is
yeah.
that?
Healing Spirit for 1 minute. Every round it heals 1d6 to anyone within 5 feet. So that's 29 points each, ladies and gentlemen.
Seriously, a magical group hug.
Magical group hug, big time.
And it's
So
The irony
Coyra
is who's
actually
coming
never
up.
does this to anyone. She has never done this before, but she just hugs you and says thank you. You hear the relief in her voice. It's something she has never done before either, as far as you are aware.
Like I said, the irony is that it's coming from Captain Stabby.
I know.
I mean, this is the
Yeah.
most awkward hug that you've ever
Yeah,
hugged.
totally.
Yes,
It's like
oh,
10 minutes long, which is 9 minutes too many.
Actually, after the first minute, I stepped away.
Yeah.
I was only down 2 hit points, so
Yeah, it's just 1 minute. It's 10 rounds.
okay.
10
Okay,
6-second
so-
rounds. So it's just 1 minute. But it's still a bit, Come and
Yeah,
feel my
well-
healing spirit, boys and girls. Mm.
I mean, and then the awkward hug
Nice
from
and
Coyra as
close
she
now.
doesn't do
okay. Can I
hugs.
go back to missing the hit points and not doing that eerie hug?
I mean, Coyra is just relieved.
Yeah.
Palkas says that was very tribal.
Thank you.
And
Maybe.
Lulu, like I said before, the inside of your mind sucks.
So really, you explained the spell, but how does it work again? Is it also if enemies are near you, or only friendlies?
Oh, the healing spirit anything?
Hmm?
The enemies as well.
Okay, so anything near you.
Anything in a
Okay,
5-foot
cool.
cube around me. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's not much good actually in combat, but once combat's done with, it's pretty handy.
I mean, it might be good in combat, you never know.
Well, I mean, yeah.
He just runs around. Tiny healing for you. Tiny healing for you.
Boom, boom.
You need to get him like a magic carpet.
Yeah.
That's how Thorn wanted to appear. I didn't like that.
Okay, is the hag still there?
Yes, and she is now reclined on some of the cushions outside of this circle that she's got set up, and she's there just smoking a cigarette.
Coyra
And she
just-
looks like so content. She's just like,
Coyra,
oh.
Well then,
Coyra asks her, why did you not join us?
She's like, I wanted to observe the memories.
Not live
oh, so
him.
she's a voyeur.
She wanted to watch. This feels so wrong all of a sudden.
Only now it feels wrong.
So I guess Palkas would say, I didn't actually see any memories. Was there something you saw different than what we experienced?
She says, I guess it's all in the interpretation.
So what was with the unicorn? He's still not sure it was him.
She's like, I can't answer that for you.
What was
Okay.
up with the spine devils? Why did they ask us to spare them?
We're-
She kind of sighs and says, I'm sure that's a representation of Zariel's state of mind and Zariel's actions in the past, perhaps.
So how did Zariel become a devil? Did you get that from this?
She's like, no.
Lulu? Did you?
Lulu says, all I got is the part that I was missing, which is where the sword is. So we can go there. Let's go.
Coyra asks one more thing. Did you see anything that would be useful for us to know?
The location of the sword.
Where the sword is.
Let's go.
She asks the hag, not Lulu.
Maggie says, I think Lulu has all the information that you need.
Okay.
In that case, 2 questions. How far away is it, and how are we getting there?
Who are you asking?
Lulu. Since she has the information.
Lulu will say, it is some distance off. She says, it might be best if we don't walk.
I agree.
Yeah, walking here kind of sucked.
Yeah, was the suggestion not in the first place to ask the Kenku if they could use their machine?
Well, that was up to Maggie to assist us
Of course.
per the deal. Transport.
Yeah.
What's the name of this place again, Lulu?
Lulu says, I think the Bleeding Citadel is at the hill. That's where I saw it. Through the spyglass.
Is there a spyglass actually here?
No.
Okay.
That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you get us transport to the Bleeding Citadel at the hill, Maggie?
Maggie says, well, I suppose that could be arranged.
What did she smoke?
The good stuff.
She yells out for Chaka and Clonk.
Coyra actually looks in the little bag of fur if there's 2 balls in there or 3 balls.
There are 2.
Okay.
Well, we weren't out for a
Can
whole
I
day.
look around?
I mean, I don't know how long I've been in their mind. I almost died there, so I lost all sense of time, okay?
Can I look around to see if I can spot any sign of Barnabas's tooth?
Oh, yeah. You can.
Unless that was the crunchy bit in the stew you ate.
It probably was.
Coyra actually, because Thorn helped her, she helps look for the tooth. If I can find perception.
Yeah, make a perception check. Anybody who's looking for the tooth.
Are we sure Roll20 is working?
No,
I
we're
mean-
not at all.
Well, you have
I'll
different
just
check.
bonuses.
I'll look just because.
Okay, now I trust that it's
Everybody's
working.
looking for the tooth.
Why not? It seems to be important for
So
some reason.
Grimm, you spot some red caps, and one of them is passing what might be the tooth to another one. It looks kind of like a tooth. You see them kind of like, and it's almost like the exchange of this tooth is almost like has a small ritual with it.
Keep in mind there's an elk that you can abuse to threaten them.
Ow.
Just telling
Well,
you.
how far away are these red caps from me?
Say about 30, 40 feet.
Then I can get to them in a blink. But no, I was thinking about, I've got this nice handy whip that I haven't used in a while. Snapping the hand that is holding the tooth, make them drop. Basically move forward to see if I can make them drop it.
How many red caps are there? Just so we know how much we'll be fighting.
I mean, they're
I'm not doing it to actually injure. I'm doing it
Oh,
to
no.
sting just enough that it would drop the tooth.
I mean, they're not gonna be happy that we're gonna get the tooth, so that's why I'm asking.
so red caps
Wow.
that you've kind of seen.
Yoink.
Red
Very
caps that
nice.
you've seen around the fort. You've seen a lot of red caps around the fort. Like there are probably like 20 or 30 running around.
So yeah, move forward real quick and snap the whip at the back of the hand. Try to make them drop the tooth.
You are successful with that nat 20. The tooth
Just
spins up into the air and kind of like lands off in the dirt, like to the side of where they're standing.
That the tooth you're looking for?
Yeah, that's it.
And the red caps are like, they kind of glare back at you, having, done this, and then they make a scramble. There's like 2 or 3 of them scrambling to grab this tooth.
Try to
How
move to
far away are-
intercept.
How far away are they?
They're about 30, 40 feet from the group.
Before Grimm does anything.
Well,
Coyra-
keep in mind I'm about 10 feet away from them, so
Oh, yeah, I was gonna try and entangle them. But in seeing that you're close, I'm not gonna get you angry again. One entanglement was enough.
So Grimm, make a dexterity. Let's do like, hang on, let me find a red cap. Stats. Maybe I can open this. Oh yeah, Roll20 seems to be moving a little more speedily. Make it. Can you make
People
a
must be
straight
ending their
dexterity
sessions.
roll? Okay.
Dexterity 18, and I rolled that.
They rolled a little higher, so one of these red caps grabs it before you do.
And a dome of pure darkness erupts around.
Oh shit.
I'm not actually. Well, I don't know why I'm not trying to hurt these things. I hate these
No,
things.
guys.
I'm trying not to
We're
bring
trying
them all
to
down on us. but-
procure transport, not
So what?
upset the angry evil toddlers.
What is this dome of darkness that is descending upon everybody?
And the stupid
Some
button
people.
won't show up.
Sorry,
It's darkness.
it's just okay.
What did you cast it on specifically?
A 15-foot radius sphere for the
The,
duration.
the guy who had the tooth.
Of course,
See-
Malvola, if I remember right, can see through this darkness. We can't.
Exactly.
Looking at the materials you need coal. That's quite easy to get with Coyra.
Well, that'd be more like charcoal, but
So you see Malvola, you see this this red cap when darkness descends on him just curls up with the tooth like he's got the tooth like clutched to his chest and he's just curled in this little ball.
now I'm just imagining Grimm coming back with an entire red cap in his hand. Here's the tooth.
It's up to you
well,
to
I
take
would,
the
but I can't see him now. And considering I'm about 10 feet from the red caps, that means I'm in the darkness too.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you up to, Grimm?
I figure there's an what the crap.
Okay. This is probably really crazy, at least in current situation, but make my best estimate for where that red cap was, and I am going to try to grab that red cap.
Okay.
Cat senses.
Then make like a regular, like an unarmed attack, which should be like, should be quite nice for you, right?
How do you do
Only a
an
23,
unarmed attack?
sorry.
All right,
I don't know if that succeeded.
Yeah, you grab a red cap.
Just not sure
This
if it's
little
the right
hat
one.
is in your face. You're like, try not to.
Tooth now. Or I find out what you taste like.
Now I'm imagining a meow coming after that.
No, it's more like a deep, throaty cat snarl, growl.
Oh, one of those.
Hang on, let me just check a thing real quick. Okay. You feel teeth sink into your arm as the red cap bites you.
You asked for it. You asked for that.
You
You
didn't
said
specify
tooth
which
now.
You didn't specify which one.
From a crazy
Mistake number
evil
one.
toddler. You had that one coming.
Yeah, I'll admit, yeah, I did. However, I am a grumpy cat man.
This is true.
Is a headbutt an unarmed attack?
Well, I was thinking a slight shift, and I've got cat teeth. They're sharper.
Probably.
I'm probably going to regret it because I don't know what these things taste like. I imagine
So-
unarmed attack.
Tastes like Thorn's soup from the other day.
An out of
Probably very similar.
I bite in return.
thing question. How do you do an unarmed attack? Been looking on my character sheet and I can't find it.
For me, it's monk.
It would be just a d20 plus your strength roll, or
Yep.
plus your strength
Okay.
modifier.
Okay.
So yeah, I bite him back.
Okay.
I told him if he didn't give me the tooth, I was going to see what he tastes like.
Okay. You hear this little screech of this thing. As well, do you want to roll your damage?
He gave you a
Bitey
teeth.
damage.
I'm not trying to necessarily damage too much, but
Okay. You hear this screech, and
probably a foul taste in my mouth.
yeah, he doesn't taste too good. Okay.
This
And
tastes spicy.
and Malvola, you can see this kind of struggle going on. There are bites being exchanged. Grimm is wrestling with a red cap, and you see Grimm bite this red cap, and you see the red cap like screech and drop the tooth.
I pick up the tooth. I drop the darkness.
Oh, thank goodness.
And I walk over to Thorn and I go, here.
Thank you very much, both of you. I literally couldn't have done it without you. I didn't do a damn thing. And then I'm going to call for Barnabas.
Okay. So Grimm, you have this incredibly wriggly, bitey red cap, like that has latched onto you now. It is like, yeah, it's kind of in your face and just biting
You got a pet. You got a pet.
Okay, the bite wasn't fun because he really doesn't taste very good. So, well, I'm thinking,
Bag of holding.
I've got these gauntlets that increase my strength. How much pressure can I apply to the top of his head, squeezing him before he lets go of my arm with his teeth?
Okay.
Or his skull caves in?
I mean, at
There
some
used
point
to
he
be
will
a
go
table
limp.
for that some editions ago. I don't know if there still is.
Thumb screws.
I don't know if I need to roll.
Well, do like a
strength or-
strength check, yeah. We'll see, kind of. Okay.
It's dead.
It's gonna let go of your arm as it feels like the pressure on its brain just increasing beyond what it can tolerate. So yeah, it will let go, and instead of like being latched onto you, now you've got these like red cap hands like pushing. It's trying to like trying to like get away
To
from
get
you.
away, I'll just kind of lightly toss
Okay.
him into his fellows
Okay. So
and try to
I'm
get
actually
the taste out of my mouth.
red cap bowling.
he does tumble to the floor at the feet of his other fellows, who are kind of hissing and glaring at you.
I'm
I'll hiss and glare back. I'm in full shifted Catman form, so
Okay. And you hear, as you're kind of hissing and glaring back and the exchange of the tooth is going on, you hear this kind of deep throaty chuckling from on the cushions behind you all, as Mad Maggie is just thoroughly amused by this exchange. And then shortly after, you're kind of shouting for Barnabas. Well, like a couple of rounds go by and he's going to show up.
Okay. I
Dear
shall
fellow.
hold forth the tooth.
Oh,
You have your tooth.
my dear
These-
fellow. You have found my
These fine
tooth.
These fine gentlemen retrieved your tooth from the red caps. And I shall indicate Grimm and Malvola. I'm sure you can think of some suitable reward for them.
He does this kind of like, if a flaming skull could bow, he does this little bow. It's kind of like his skull just kind of tips forward in a nod to you, you know, rotates forward. And he says, I will certainly give a recommendation to my dear Lady Maggie over here regarding your valiant efforts to retrieve my tooth. I am much obliged to you both.
Well,
Are you
stick away from the red caps.
And he's like waggles the tooth back into place with his non-existent hands. Oh, how do you do that?
It's a flaming skull. Flames did it.
How's he talking without lips? I don't know. Vocal
So
cords.
without
See,
lungs
I
to
told you I
provide
wasn't
them
tripping.
air.
It wasn't just the stew.
How does he see?
All right. So he does kind of immediately like float over to Maggie, who's just there chuckling at the Red Cap's misfortune, and you hear him kind of like speaking with her, and your eavesdropping is interrupted by Lulu saying, "Can we go now?"
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
So how do we
Putting some
go?
distance between us and these vermin would be great.
Yeah. I'm assuming Ratchet and Clank are going to drive us.
And when the two Kenku do arrive, Maggie says to them, "So, boys, what have you got ready for this group? What's drivable at the moment?" And they say, just the well, one of them, you're not sure which, says just the Tormentor, or there's the Devil's Ride. And they're kind of gesturing over, and they say, "We can put the wheels back on the Devil's Ride. It's not ready yet. The Tormentor's pretty much ready, except it has some damage to its plating, so, you know."
How much damage? Maybe I can mend it.
So they're kind of gesturing over to this here, and let me show you the two kind of, well, I'm going to attempt to show you the two handouts. It does seem to be a bit faster. I don't know if it is for
that
everybody
worked.
else. Okay,
It did.
so that
It
is the
loaded.
Tormentor, and then here is the Devil's Ride.
I mean, I'm assuming the Devil's Ride's only going to fit one or maybe two of us.
Yeah.
It does look significantly smaller.
But keep in mind, Coyra can transform into a small insect and crawl in someone's pocket.
But that's true.
For how
For an
long?
hour or 5.
Yeah.
For how long? Yes. I have absolutely no idea.
Maggie does say, if you're traveling together, then just take the Tormentor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tormentor,
Thank you.
please. It's got more spiky
Which of the
bits.
two was damaged?
So, who's driving this thing?
So to go back to Coyra's previous question, the damage on the plating, you can see that some of the plating has what looks like large areas of acid damage.
Ew.
It looks like it's been kind of like eaten through by acid.
She's quite confident she can't mend it as I bet it bigger than 1 foot.
Yes.
She's quite confident she can't mend it, but she still gives it an attempt.
Okay. Yeah, you could mend like a patch of it. Like you could take a smaller area that's been corroded away and repair that.
Any little bits help, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna try her best to do whatever she can to help.
Okay. Maggie says, if you want to stick around, or maybe you could scrounge up some scrap metal, then we could certainly try and repair that. Says otherwise, you're welcome to it as it is.
Let's try and make it as safe as we can. We don't want to get stranded out there.
I
Again,
agree.
who's gonna drive this thing?
Me.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So
while the others look for scrap metal, I'll try my best at mending whatever I can.
Okay.
kind of half under my breath, do you know how to drive this thing?
No.
So I'm gonna put this vehicle has a character sheet,
Oh,
and I'm gonna put it in all
Oh,
of your
that's
journals.
amazing.
Cool.
Neat.
It's-
So it should be there now, depending on how fast Roll20 is, I guess.
Where?
It should be in your journal somewhere.
Oh, in my
Yep.
journal.
Appendix B, Infernal War Machines, and then
Oh yeah, I
Machines
found it.
tab, and then
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually found it. I'm proud of myself.
So it has you can see its armor class there is 15, so that is reduced at the moment because that plating is damaged. So if you're able to repair it, that will increase.
I don't
Where do
have
you
the
see
full
that?
character sheet. I have like the info blurb.
Yeah,
Oh really?
this is. I'll just share what I see. It's easier.
is that what you're?
I have the bio and info tab from the
Okay.
character sheet,
Alright.
not the.
Yeah.
Here, let me do this then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is it there now?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the stuff it can do. So yeah, moves 100 feet per round.
Harpoon flinger.
Has some stuff going on, some toys.
Okay.
Crushing wheels.
Don't roll the vehicle. Got it.
Don't stand in front of it while Malvola's driving. Got it.
I mean, that sounds like a good tip for any vehicle. Don't stand in front of it while it's driving.
It's true.
Raking scythes. Okay.
Damage immunities: fire, poison, and psychic.
So I guess
Condition
just
immunity.
keep things to keep in mind, right? While somebody is driving this thing, that is kind of what they're occupied doing, right? So you can't like drive it and cast spells or shoot people or stab people or whatever. You know, that
Okay.
is kind of like occupying or while you're like operating, you know, like the harpoon or whatever. That's your thing. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
So one of the Kenku says, "I'll show you the ropes," as they kind of
rope?
like.
Oh, it's immune to being poisoned. Great. And it can be frightened.
It can also not be petrified.
The driver
Or
gets
blinded.
The driver gets
The
3/4
driver,
cover.
on the other hand,
Right.
Gets cover.
The driver does get covered. Yeah.
I love that the armor class goes up when it's driving.
The rest of us actually don't ride inside. There are handles outside.
There is a set of goggles.
Literal meat shields.
I mean, where do you think the armor class comes from?
That's why it's higher when you guys are in motion.
well, whoever's manning the harpoon flinger also gets half cover. So
Is the harpoon like attached to rope or chain or anything, or is it just harpoons?
It's just actual like big giant harpoon style arrows. It's not. Yeah, does not have a.
Yeah, it
like,
says ammunition 10 harpoons. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Seemed like right.
specify if it just fires spears
10.
or if they actually
Yeah.
do have line.
True.
At the moment, they just fire spears. Big old spear type arrows.
That's cool. I think
You
we
could certainly request for it to be modified.
I don't want to stay here any longer.
I think we should just
necessary.
try and fix the armor and go.
Well, that's what
Determined
Coyra is
have pushed
trying.
my patience to its limit.
Coyra is doing her best to repair what she can.
Okay. Said she harpoons. Heat-seeking missiles. So one of the Kenku will kind of show Malvola, you are offering to be the driver. Do you still want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. So they'll show you kind of, there's all kinds of like levers and whatnot inside, and there's one particular like inside this kind of driver's, like next to the driver's seat, there is a small, like, it's almost like a little chest or a little metal box with like a ornate kind of lid on it that has actually like a skull kind of motif on it. And it says these things are powered by soul coins. You're gonna need some of those if you want to keep using it.
What?
How do we get those?
It says Maggie might have some for you.
Keep in mind we gave her a giant elk. Maybe she's willing to give it.
And I'm sure she's really grateful that we helped her skull.
Uh-huh. So, see, we're getting so many coins now. A giant
Yeah.
elk, the skull.
I'm just.
She doesn't know the side effects of the giant elk, but that's fine.
If we squeeze the red caps, will coins come out?
I think you have to jump on them.
Ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding.
And if you do it in a combo, you get a 1-up.
So yeah, the Kenku will show you kind of like all the levers and how to operate the harpoon and the wheels, and yep.
Who wants to man the harpoon?
I can do it.
It would kind of be my initial guess would probably be that Thorn would probably be the best option.
Yeah.
I mean, he stabs anything. He can hit anything with a harpoon.
Well, I'm thinking it would either be Thorn or Grimm, because I don't know if there's a way that Thorn could potentially fire a bow from inside the vehicle, but that seems like asking a lot.
I don't know, maybe.
I was actually thinking maybe one of the people with the lower armor class, like Palkas, since that position grants at least half cover.
I think
He'd be more protected.
And
if he's manning that, he's less likely to cast spells.
You don't know Palkas.
Unless he's
apparently.
casting them on the harpoons.
Indeed. Let's keep him away from the
That's a
harpoons.
good point. I
I'm
can't
trying to
hit.
think positive here, okay?
That's
I mean,
right. I'm
you
gonna
know,
surge on the next one.
Enlarge.
And I'll be in an enclosed space
Yeah.
with all of you. That's great.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh, let's add
I
some
can just
fire.
I can just imagine a fireball blossoming inside this thing
Yes,
and
but think
turning it
about
into
it.
an
Yeah.
electro oven.
Think about it. Harpoon. He's gonna be like, oh, let's set a harpoon on fire for extra damage. Boom, we explode.
we do need to remember that Palkas has a hanging wild surge.
Yeah, which
Nah,
is why I was kind of. We don't necessarily need a long rest for healing, but for preservation.
I don't know. I don't want to spend another night here with those red caps.
Yeah,
unless we
neither
have.
do I.
Yeah,
That's the only
me
thing.
neither.
They are
Plus, we
giving you
also
the
have
evil
the elk
eye.
problem.
You see them like peering over
Malvola,
vehicles and
you're charming.
Oh, the whole time
Or
I've
maybe
got
Palkas.
I've got the katana in one hand and the whip in the other, and keeping an eye on him as much as I can.
Coyra
Yeah.
just says, I think it's actually the best that Thorn does it. He's quite good at shooting things.
the other
I
thing
have
you
my
see
moments.
while you're having this discussion is red caps chucking things at Barnabas.
I accidentally fire the harpoon at
Wait, at Barnabas or the red cap?
the red cap.
We can test fire. Make sure it's working properly.
Yes, seeing how hard it is to aim, you know.
What's a mishap threshold?
Alright, so what's going on?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta see what just happened.
I think there's a few red caps less.
Yeah, this bolt
cap
manages
shish kebab.
to skewer 2 red caps and then
Shit.
into the wall behind it, and the red caps' little bodies are just limp on this harpoon.
Well,
Oops, misfire.
And the
This
rest
shouldn't
of them
be an
just
issue.
scatter, just like.
Maggie mentioned the red caps are useful to change a lamp, but remember how many you need of them to change one lamp?
No, we're not
I
getting
think
into that
that's
joke. There's a joke in there, I know.
So, yeah, if one of the charisma people could ask Maggie about soul
Yeah.
coins, that'd be nice.
I already had. But then everything
have
just
you?
devolved.
Wait, have you?
Yeah, yes. So what are
Oh.
soul coins?
You're asking Maggie what a soul coin?
Yeah.
Maggie says, she says, well, they're a very valuable currency here.
And I'm assuming there's enough already in it to get us to where we need to go and back.
She says, oh, I would never leave a soul coin in a infernal machine. I mean, that's just asking for it to be stolen.
And how do you get them?
Well, she says, you've been so helpful. And she kind of digs in one of the pouches that she's got on her personage and pulls out like her hand and puts it towards you, Palkas.
Mm-hmm. He holds his hand out.
What's your constitution modifier?
1 second. The modifier is 3.
Okay. She hands you 2 coins.
And he says, okay.
And these things are chunky. They are 5 inches across and they are about an inch thick. And they look like they're made of the same stuff that the spikes and the chains were made of. They look like they.
Demon metal.
He quickly puts it in one of the sacks.
You will notice that they are inscribed with infernal writing, and being someone who is familiar with magic, you feel that they have a magical quality to them. And they weigh, each coin weighs about 1/3 of a pound. These are chunky boys.
Okay. So
They're actual souls,
we
aren't
had
they?
a way to efficiently shape metal because we have a vehicle now. We could drive back to the chain and like cut it up and like counterfeit soul.
that's the problem.
Like corner the market. We could just buy Avernus.
The
Be
new
like,
kings of
"Zerial,
Avernus."
here's a bag, leave."
That's why we're gonna get the sword, right?
Yeah. I mean, once you got the
Oh,
sword, it
yeah.
should just
We just
go through
buy their
infernal
freedom.
iron like butter.
Indeed.
Alright, so you never answered my question. What are they? I mean, how obviously they're magical and made of some strange metal, but what is so unique about them that makes them valuable?
She says, well, the ingredients in making them are very valuable.
Which are
Says,
Souls.
says, well, yeah, souls. Says each coin has, a soul bound within it.
It would be
So-
hilarious if the soul in particular had an effect on the way the vehicle performed.
Please no.
Like it's
And
the soul of a little old lady, so it drives really slow in the wrong way. Blinker on.
Or it's a soul of a red cap.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
crash into the first
And
structure
just
we
It
doing-
goes
see.
really fast.
Just
and you
doing
can't see
donuts
it.
like all day. It's the red cap stuff. Donuts. for
How does
days.
one get more of these?
Maggie says, well, the warlords mostly have them. Says, I tried to stay out of that business, though.
Soul trade.
So, as a fuel source for these machines, are we talking these 2 coins will get us, like 1 coin will get us there and back, and the other coin is just in case?
She says, I don't know where you're going. How am I supposed to answer that?
I already told you.
You don't know where you're going.
The Bleeding Citadel and the hill.
What hill?
She says, this is Avernus. Haven't you already figured out there aren't exact distances?
All right. Well, how long time-wise would you say this would last if we were to keep running it?
She says, oh, it depends on the soul.
Crap. Cursed by his own randomness at this point. All right. Palkas just kind of shrugs. Says, "How do we use them?"
She says, didn't the Kenku show you?
Okay. So there's a giant coin slot, and you put it inside, and you pull the lever, right?
And you hope for 3 7. Or cherries.
If you don't get a match, it doesn't last as long.
That's the lever that fires the harpoon. Found that out the hard way.
It's like bar, lemon. Oh no. Wah, 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 wah.
Insert
Oh,
new
yeah, we
coin.
should make sure to get that harpoon back. You know, we just drop the red
Yeah.
caps off.
It just
Anybody want
slide
to
off.
do the red cap?
What?
Yeah, slide off.
What did you say about anybody
I
want
said,
what?
does anybody want to loot a red cap?
Not really.
No.
Grimm, they must have some rubbish to steal.
I
Dang it! I almost.
I
waited
want
till
to
one
at least
session.
retrieve the harpoon.
That's what I'm doing.
They've got nothing I want.
When
How do you
Thorn
know?
offers, like, does anybody
checked
want to
one.
loot a red cap? And I'm like, you have kebab.
I am Greek, or at least half Greek.
Maybe they've got soul coins in their pockets.
Of course, when he's saying this, I can imagine him holding the end of the spoon and waving the red cap.
So, test Dave, is it for 1 red cap or both of them?
2 for 1 sale.
I'm getting angry looks.
Does one of these 2 have bite marks on his shoulder?
No.
Dang it! Where'd it go?
More harpoon practice is needed.
Yep. We've got to get the sights zeroed in.
So, Palkas turns to the rest of the group and says, "These fuel coins will last an unknown amount of time. We have 2, and they're apparently very valuable."
Well, that's a good start.
Oh, cool. Because
Thank you, Maggie.
I was about to go talk to her about that.
Can we make more? He asked Maggie.
She kind of looks at the group and says, you definitely can't.
Okay.
We're not evil enough. We haven't spent enough time in Avernus.
Speak for yourself.
Now, can we counterfeit more? That's
If you have a good supply of souls,
We just shove a red cap in a slot.
You're saying in good supplies of souls. 1, there's a lot of red caps, and I have a bag of fur that replenishes itself
that's true.
each day.
Squirrel souls won't get you very far, my
So-
dear.
So if we compact a red cap tight enough, will it fit in the box?
feel like you'd have to have one of those
I
car
don't think you could
crushers.
stuff a gnome down into the size of like a third of a pound.
I can
I
try.
mean, you just got to squeeze hard enough.
Was there not a bag of holding? You could fit one of them in there.
You think I want to take one of these vermin with us? No.
Yes.
I don't want to put that thing in with all the rest of my stuff.
Oh no, I just wanted a pet.
Not a red cap.
So
no.
can we try to repair this thing so we can be on our way then?
Yeah, I
That's
think
what Coyra has been trying for a
Grimm has
while.
been working on it.
Okay.
So, actually, here I will increase the AC, to indicate.
Ooh.
Of course, here's a thought. Depending on how long it takes us to get to our destination, that we're not entirely sure exactly where it is, if more than one of us knows how to drive it, in theory, especially if one of the people that knows how to drive it is Thorn, who only requires 4 hours of rest. In theory, since all we really need is one person on the helm, one person on the harpoon launcher at all times, the other 3 could be actually getting a rest in the back.
If anybody needs a rest, it's probably Thorn.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, and then
You know,
swap
not too
out.
bad at the moment.
Swap out if necessary. I'm saying if
sorry,
we wanted
but-
to get a rest, that's one possible way to do it without staying here.
Thorn, you're looking
Yeah.
a bit haggard.
Well, you know, what's new?
Of course,
I am
that's
feeling pretty tired. You
that's
know.
also if Thorn's innards let him get a rest.
Yeah.
Yes. Optimistic.
I don't know if the red cap stew is still inside.
But another advantage if I'm outside manning the harpoon is that my digestive system won't cause the rest of you in stress.
So you're gonna
Actually-
fart in the car, is that
Well, that
it?
all depends on where exactly the seat for the harpoon launcher is located, whether it's interior or exterior.
And
I mean, it's going to
upwind
be
or
on the back,
downwind.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be like the Millennium Falcon off the back.
I would agree. Actually, isn't that kind of where it's pictured as well? Oh no! Actually, look, the harpoon is right there up
It
front.
looks
Yeah,
like
the
it's at the
harpoon's in the
bow.
front.
Sorry.
Kind of like I imagine the driver would sit at the top of the hump. Or that first
Yep.
bubble.
Yep.
The harpoon
Yeah.
would be in front of them, and then the other 3 passengers stuffed in the back.
Yeah.
In which case, if it's going to be enclosed, yeah. Are there any handholds on top?
It looks like there's
I'm
lots.
not riding inside with a gassy elf.
You want to risk
I'm
falling
fine
off?
on the harpoon.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think I think we could
if he's
go with-
naturally expelling cloud kill,
we could go with our default positions of you being on harpoon and someone else being the driver, but it doesn't mean that you have to be like attentive the whole time. You could be, in the harpoon cockpit or whatever it is, and then when the time comes,
Be
well,
attentive.
I
We
would
wake
hope
you
the
up.
driver would be attentive the entire time.
well, yeah. I'm just
Yes.
saying that
The
any of us
harpooner.
could
Yeah.
feasibly drive and harpoon if needed.
Of course, before any of that could potentially happen, we actually have to leave.
Vehicle
We
might
should do
blow up
that.
before we go.
So how cramped is the
Seeing
inside?
these red caps.
I mean, it's pretty cozy in the back, where the 3 people are. It's pretty cozy, especially if one of those people is Palkas.
I can make it more cozier with bubbles.
So are you ready as a group to kind of head out? Lulu is like there.
She's been wanting to leave for a while.
I'm amazed she didn't say like she
Say, I'll
didn't
meet
go
you there.
already.
Right.
Yeah, I'm past ready to get away from these vermin.
Yeah, let's do it.
Palkas says, just give me one moment. I gotta go surge quick.
Huh?
Wow.
I don't want to know.
he
Hey,
goes.
if you do it in the middle of the red caps.
Well,
Tell him you want to show him a magic trick.
I guess he'll go out to like a deserted area of the junkyard, and he's going to try casting a level 1 spell, just to get it out of his
How-
system.
Which
How
auto
far
surface.
away are you?
How
How far away are you from us?
Several hundred feet, probably.
Okay, good.
All right.
Are there any Are there any piles of junk that are out at least 30 plus feet away from where he goes?
I mean, he could find either, right? Like he could be close to junk, or if you,
I'm thinking I want to find some place that I can perch up high,
Oh, okay.
so I can watch what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, stand on top of the
Coyra
tormentor.
just
Stadium seating.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm at least say 40
gonna
feet
enjoy.
away.
There's a red cap offering popcorn as well.
No.
Don't take it.
It's not popcorn.
Actually,
It looks
yeah,
like
I'll reach
mad.
out to take it, and just as Palkas casts his spell, I'll toss the red cap.
He's
Roll
gonna
your thing.
he's gonna go out and he's gonna cast catapult on just like some random bolt or something like that that's on the ground, some
Okay.
piece of junk, and just try flinging it
All right.
in a direction away from everybody.
The bolt is flung.
So let's do the wild magic roll.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a
12.
medic surge, so
Mm-hmm.
Roll a d10, please.
Oh, jeez. Let me drag these things out of the way. D10. 4. I'm dead.
You grow 4 inches taller.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So everybody's kind of perched up on top of this junk pile waiting for something to happen. And you see the spell trigger, and
that
Nothing
doesn't
happens.
say anything about a time limit either.
Where do you
That
find
means it's
this
permanent.
info?
Yeah, I think that's a permanent change in height.
Palkas comes back a little bit taller than he once was.
Question for people that don't use inches. How much is that?
oh, sorry, that's like. Actually, I have it right
That's,
here. I have a ruler right
close.
here. It's like 10-ish centimeters.
So it's noticeable.
Yeah, just about 10 centimeters.
Mhm.
Kinda.
So
Kinda
he
noticeable,
comes
but
back,
not
looks like
like-
he's wearing platforms, but he's not really wearing platforms.
I'm just imagining this. Like, his sleeves go a little bit like
Yep,
that.
yep.
Well, no,
Like-
remember, he
Doesn't have a
doesn't wear
shirt.
Indeed.
His pants are a little more high water.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do it with my pants, obviously.
Yep, Palkas is
Grimm
now
comes
wearing
back looking a
floods.
little disappointed because it wasn't more dramatic.
That was interesting though. He's like, "Excuse me
all
while I go
mohawk.
grow 4 inches."
It's just mohawk.
And now he's just too big and he doesn't fit anymore in the car.
Oh no.
Of course, it almost would have been funnier if it were an odd number, then he would have shrunk that many inches.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Alright.
you list the link
He says,
somewhere?
alright.
Because I want to look at the possibilities.
I feel better.
Enough surges and he'd shrink to Flynn's height.
Let's go.
So question, is it now completely out of your system? The automatic wild search?
For
The
now,
automatic
until he
ones,
does it
yeah.
again.
Okay.
No, it's forever part of me.
I mean, I don't know.
So how tall is Palkas?
6'6" now.
And things just got a little bit tighter in the back of the vehicle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just what I was
just a little
thinking. Extra
Great.
cups.
I mean, keep in mind, Coyra can always become smaller if needed.
It doesn't say he gained any mass. He just got a little taller. He's big boned.
I mean,
That's true. You could have just stretched out.
So we load up.
And then just go to sorcerer.
Right. Yeah.
It's all
So,
the
you,
limit.
so you got
Thank you.
anything you're taking with you, or well, I mean,
Lulu.
Lulu,
Our
yeah,
usual
Ooh.
stuff.
Yeah.
usual stuff.
The Tormentor
Seeing
said
that
it
I'm
fits
not
5 people?
Oh,
in the back, right? 5?
It fits 3 people in the back, 1 on harpoon and 1 driver.
So where's Lulu go?
Where does Lulu go?
Lulu's small.
She
Yeah,
attaches
she
herself to
is.
the antenna and just...
She's the decoration piece.
So rude. Yeah, Lulu is small, so she's gonna have to like sit on somebody's lap.
Cargo
basically.
capacity?
It's like
She can fit in
before
cargo.
seatbelts were a thing.
Open up the truck.
Actually, she needs to see things.
Yeah.
Because we
she
don't know
needs to be
where
able
we're
to
going.
Tell Malvola where to go too.
Oh, Malvola, I guess she's riding up front with you.
She's sitting on your
that's
lap.
fine. Oh, dude, I just thought of something. I want to talk to I can only remember Chukka.
Oh, yeah, and
Plunk.
Clunk.
Clunk.
Clonk.
Motorcycle goggles for Lulu.
So there was actually a set of goggles hanging on the on one of the interior like levers when they were
Oh.
showing you around, but they're your
Perfect.
size, so when you put them on Lulu it's just like these massive things and they don't quite fit right. But
Oh, they
What's
must be
the
small.
strap made out of? What's
it
the strap that holds them
looks like it's just leather.
made from?
Just leather. Yeah.
Will there be benefits in adjusting it so that it fits her a little bit better? Because I happen to be this leather worker and have a kit,
Yeah, you could do that. They
so I
like
make
take
I
up
make the
her whole
necessary
head.
adjustments so they fit her better.
Okay.
I thought we had a handout for Chukka and Clunk, but I can't find it.
Yeah, you should. Here, do you want to see?
Now she's styling.
If you have it
We have a
handy.
picture, I thought.
Oh. Yeah, you have it. It's. Does that work? There you
Yep.
go.
Sure
Yep.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you were like, give me the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
still
like
can't
stealing
find
stuff
him in
from
our list, or
innocent kink.
No, he just admires other people's magical hammers. He likes hammers. He saw a fellow hammer user.
Right. So, everybody's in? Any last requests before you leave Fort Knucklebone? Head out
well,
into the...
since Coyra is not allowed to take a red cap with her from the other, she's just gonna
Yeah.
go along.
None of us are okay with that.
Unless by take with you,
No.
you mean
No.
like a
As a
rope
pet.
around the ankle and dragging behind it?
As a pet.
No.
So,
Pet?
yeah,
No.
everyone
No.
is against
Ew.
it, so she's not gonna do it.
I'm all in favor of stringing them up and dragging them behind.
I mean, how much damage can a single red cap do? Right?
I just don't want to hear it.
There's no space. Let's go.
How much damage can they do? Hold up my bitten arm?
That only looks a little bit.
They're pretty choppy.
So can we actually see outside of this thing?
So, yeah, so when the driver sits in the driver's seat, there is this kind of like nice like slit across the front of it where you can get a pretty good like kind of like panoramic view across the horizon and the area directly in front of you. In the back there are all like the metal that makes up the back is all these sheets kind of hammered and welded together, and it's punctured with, maybe those were purposefully put there, or maybe that's from some battle, you're not quite sure, but it's got a lot of holes in it.
So we can look out through the Swiss cheese sides.
Yeah.
Well, the two people on the outside. Whoever's in the middle, maybe not.
Palkas tries casting a cantrip like through to see if he can cast outside.
Okay.
Like just like move Earth just to see if he can like
Yeah.
if it works. Okay.
Yeah, you can target things through the perforations.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. So you load up, and everybody is nice and snug in the tormentor, and Lulu is up front with Malvola, and she kind of like, go this way, you know.
Points with her trunk.
She's got a little stubby arm, yeah, does with her trunk as well. And Malvola, you're kind of like, you've got these levers that you're kind of like chink, 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 and pulling, and it kind of slowly rumbles into life. And I'm assuming that, actually, excuse me, before we get that far, I'm assuming that you hand off one of the soul coins, Palkas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, and Malvola, I'm
Would be a
assuming that
funny
you
sight.
deposit this in the box, in the
In the
magic
slot
box.
machine.
So is it like once you put it in, it's in there and it's gone, or is it like the keys?
So you
Tie it up to it.
yeah, so I can kind of describe this. So you put the coin, you drop the coin into this box, and you can almost see this like of magical energy that reverberates out from it, and the coin just, and you dropped it in, and for a minute it was kind of like doing that coin thing where it spins, you know, on its edge, and then this magical energy bursts out, and the coin just goes sucked down to the bottom of this box, and you can see that it's like, it does not look like it's going anywhere, and yeah, it's staying in there.
Faint screaming.
Yeah.
So we
If you
can't
listen
do the
really
whole
hard,
thing.
you can hear this wailing. But anyway, you operate the levers, and the thing rumbles to life and starts heading forwards out of the gates, and the red caps are chucking random stuff down onto the top of this vehicle as you're passing underneath the gatehouse, and on the horizon, the rest of Avernus awaits you, and I think we'll wrap up there.
Rumble, 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 rumble.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
at least
thank
for the
you.
first several minutes, Grimm will be muttering prayers to Thorn, hoping they survive this trip.
Please, God, don't let it blow up. Please don't let it blow up.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks everybody
No.
for coming out. Thanks.
On the road again.
Yeah. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, DM.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
And
Thank you very much.
tune in next time to find out if we survive our wild ride. What things we're yet to encounter. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.